it's about a woman who's tied up in a blanket, which is 99 times higher than the moon.
There's some people I wish who was tied up in a blanket at the minute.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is true British culture. This is your culture.
English culture.
Fair point. What was that, Phil? Are you beginning to enjoy yourself?
You've got to admit, they have got a fair... They're all quite well choreographed.
After the Morris incident, Robin noticed something. Phil might be getting tired of the same pubs, the same routes, even with the added thrill, the smack of wood on wood, the jingle of bells cutting through the air. From a position of extraordinary empathy, and let's be clear, this was generosity, Robin made a decision. It was time. New miles, a new trip, something bold enough to lift club morale. He planned it, he refined it, he presented the route. And then Phil changed it unilaterally, without warning. This caused angst, this caused tension, but after adjustments, key landmarks restored, balance reinstated, Phil's version of the route was annoyingly better. At some point during the ride, Robin had to acknowledge the truth, and you can hear that moment right here in the following audio.
So Phil, I've got a admission to make. It's going to stick in my throat a bit, but out of all consideration, you are correct. This was the best route through Stavland.
What just happened?
I know it's hard, but I'm admitting I was at fault.
What have you done with the real road?
They left Wareham, and almost immediately everything changed. The air was alive, pine, flowers, morning heat, rich enough to taste, rabbits scampering, ducks waddling, Agglestone Rock, a monument. Legend says the devil hurled this stone from the Needles, aimed straight at Corfe Castle, and missed. Robin and Phil climbed it without hesitation to Gurn from the top.
What's the name of this rock again?
Agglestone.
Agglestone. And it's approximately how high off the ground?
1 million meters.
1 million meters. Here he is, look. Look at him there in the sun, looking like a hero. Yeah.
Yes.
There's the bikes down there. Just come down that path. Oh, sorry, yeah.
How do we get down?
Yeah, let's not worry about... Yeah, this is going to be interesting, isn't it? There's Brownsea Island. There. And there's the Isle of Wight. If you just look between Rob's legs, the Isle of Wight is just...
22.5 kilometers into the ride there, it was Old Harry Rocks, iconic, unmistakable, non-negotiable, a place where cliffs meet sea, where perspective matters, where omission is simply not an option. Some landmarks are not detours, they're the point.
I'm flying my drone over white cliffs. I do not care about the cost. I'm flying my drone over white cliffs with my friend who has got sunburned. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I'm flying my drone over white cliffs. I do not care about the cost. I'm flying my drone over white cliffs with my friend who has got sunburn. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
I'm flying my drone over white cliffs, dodging seagulls. He's lost patience.
I'm flying my drone over white cliffs. I do not care about the cost. I'm flying my drone over white cliffs with my friend who has got sunburned.
From Old Harry, the route hugs the coast. Swanage comes into view, then disappears as the ride turns inland before the bay to keep to the higher ground. The track opens up wide, grassy, deceptively calm. The terrain never settles. It rises, it falls. Phil complained about this. Ahead, Corfe Castle, ancient, unavoidable. Somewhere along the way, a stone needle, standing alone, purpose unclear. No one knew why it was there. Leaving Corfe, Phil felt it. Tarmac, speed, a new bike, the promise of new miles. He accelerated. Robin shouted once, twice, many times. Phil did not hear him. He disappeared. Robin took the correct path, the easy path, and waited on the ridge for 10 minutes. Then movement. Phil pushing his bike across a field. They regrouped, discussed, then continued. Along the ridge, they discovered a folly, random, unexplained, and then another bike club, matching branded lycra. Robin suppressed all instinctive reactions and politely took their photograph. Phil discussed routes. The rival riders issued a warning. MOD police. Very strict, walkers only. Phil became anxious. Robin became immovable. There would be no deviations. They entered Tyneham, a ghost village. Here, the rules were obeyed. They pushed their bikes down the beach path, not riding. The exit was unforgiving, a steep climb, relentless. The final section required a rope. Halfway up, Phil stopped to chat with a stranger. Robin waited in the only shade available. When Phil arrived at the top, he unpacked the drone.
My skin is starting to burn again. There's only one place for miles around. A little bit of shade where I stand. In the shadow of this weather-beaten sign. In the shadow of this weather-beaten sign. All I want is an ice cream, cold and wet. All I want is an ice cream, cold and wet. All I want is an ice cream, cold and wet. And my friend to come back with his drone. My friend plays with his drone around the sea cliffs, but this time dodging the military. And he's nowhere near the sand. He's still dodging the military. All I want is an ice cream, cold and wet. All I want is an ice cream, cold and wet. All I want is an ice cream, cold and wet. And my friend to come back with his drone.
The final push to West Lulworth. Robin needed the ice cream, not wanted, needed, but first the hills, steep, unforgiving, borderline irrational. Ironically, the no-bike policy made sense. Too steep to ride up, too steep to stop on the way down. Gravity was winning. The paths narrowed, rutted, exposed, drops on both sides, no room for error. 2 miles from the goal, Phil lost his water bottle. He stopped, turned back, went looking. Robin waited patiently, briefly. Phil found it, just in time before Robin said the words he had been holding back. I will buy you a new fucking water bottle. I want an ice cream.
The sun's on my face and I'm pedaling hard. My head's got one clear dream. A cold, wet, creamy ice cream. Creamy, creamy ice cream. Icy, icy ice cream. Sliding in my mouth. Creamy, creamy ice cream. Creamy, creamy ice cream. Icy, icy ice cream. Sliding in my mouth.
There's nothing left now but to wash the ice cream juice from skin in the sea. Then it's back to Phil's van. Along the way, a wall Gav would have adored and ferns so large they demand attention.
Where's the park? God knows. Jesus.
Stop whining.
We are done. I can move on with my life until Robin blackmails me into more of this shit. How did he get those photographs? How? Really?